Watch out for that first step, it's a doozy.
You take a look at, like, for the way I worked on Ned Ryerson. First of all, you see what the story is, and it's obviously the story of Phil, Bill Murray's character, how he's trapped in hell. But hell becomes heaven for him. And that's what the story is, that when time stands still, the point of the movie is, how do we use our time? Do we become bored? Do we become angry? Do we try to score it with chicks? Do we try to make money? Or do we take piano lessons? Do we save the kid falling from the tree? What do we do? So we know this is the framework of the whole story. Who is Ned within that story? Ned is like a neutron bomb.
Ned! Ryerson!
Ned is the person you don't want to meet. He's the guy from high school that loved you, loved your sister, he's a conglomeration of, like, this is the start of a bad day. So I figured that's where this starts. From the syntax of the writing, I can tell from the bing and all that, bing, watch out for that first step, it's a doozy. You could pretty much tell from the syntax of the character that Ned is a little bit over the top. He loves to talk, he loves to talk about insurance. He believes in himself as an insurance salesman. So between greatest hope and greatest fear, his greatest fear is that he would not be remembered. His greatest hope is that he's a great insurance guy. He will be remembered and he will sell insurance.
I sell insurance.
What a shock.
Do you have life insurance? Because if you do, you could always use a little more.
And of course, every scene is based on those two things. Remember, I dated your sister Mary. I got the shingles real bad. Did the talking belly button trick. Bing! You know what? Dated your sister Mary Pat. You told me not to. Remember, Ned Ryerson. It's me.
Needle nose Ned. Ned the head. Come on, buddy. Case Western High.
Greatest fear, Ned. Needle nose Ned. He gives me a bone. Yes, yes, Ned the bull. Yeah, I'm like a bull charging. You know, and what are you doing tonight? Selling insurance, greatest hope. So it's always in between those two. But we never worked anything out. I remember that first day on the set, Bill said to me, we were first up that first day, 6:30 in the morning on the street, freezing cold, colder than it is right now. And Bill says, so what are you going to do? And I said, well, I just thought I'd do some of this. He said, okay, that's funny. You do that. That's okay. And we just did it. You know, we didn't really rehearse it. We just did it. And it was different every time. And, you know, that's an example of you rock and roll. And Bill is an actor that will rock and roll. He's not an actor that everything has to be in place. He is always in the moment. He is always right there. And, you know, I can watch this Lost in Translation, and I know exactly where Bill is, because I know there were a million takes, and they were all kind of different and he's always there. He's always there. He comes to play. And so we just had fun. Yeah, I don't know how much fun he had, but I had fun, and he had to step in the water. But that was the basis of creating Ned. Harold Ramis said to me, now we've set the camera up here and Bill is going to punch you, but he ain't going to come that close. I said, well, where do you want me to end up after the punch? And he goes, what do you mean? I said, well, I can do a dancer's turn and stop wherever the camera is. I mean, if it's here, if it's there, if it's there, I could do a turn. And he says, you can do that? I said, well, sure. I learned it in dance class in college. You know, just tell me where you want me to stop. He says, well, end up looking at the courthouse down there at the other part of the square. That'll be great for us. So the first take, Bill punched me, stopped there, fell on the map they had from the ground. That's the one they used. You know, and Harold was going to, perfect. Can you do that again? I go, sure. I did, because all that was just technical. But, you know, that was more craft of knowing how to do, of taking dance classes. That's an example of an actor working out than in, is that I took dance classes. I ain't no dancer, you know, just like I'm no musician. But what I learned in dance helped me, and that one I've learned as a musician has helped me is in comedy.
Am I right or am I right or am I right?